Find out which state is gearing up to spend $1.1 million in stimulus disaster relief funds, how a new stimulus check deadline could put a fourth stimulus check in your bank account, and the great news of potentially 2 more $1,400 stimulus checks coming to millions of Americans in need of fiscal support. After this, here's your daily stimulus check, second stimulus check, third stimulus check, fourth stimulus check. Some people, fifth stimulus check, executive action, executive order, and stimulus package update. But first, the great state of Michigan recently received over $1 million in stimulus disaster relief funds to assist struggling citizens in the Great Lakes states. Great Lakes states, yes. This $1.1 million in the American Rescue Act stimulus funds will go towards financing facility improvements, replacing equipment, and providing health care services to medically underserved communities. Yes, maybe what this money could be used for all around the country is to help people that can't get access to medical. Monica Woods, public relations manager at the Great Lakes Bay Healthcare Center, states, quote, "This pandemic is ongoing and is imperative for community health centers are committed to health and well-being of their people in communities now and in the future," end quote. She also continued, quote, "We're extremely resourceful in utilizing these funds so that we may update and expand our services to provide a safe healthcare home for the patients we serve," end quote. Yep, this is pretty imperative that we take care of people, especially if they can't take care of themselves. This is great news for all of my viewers in Michigan, and hopefully similar stimulus check disaster relief programs are available in your neck of the woods. Remember, your city, your state, and your counties, they got stimulus checks, big ones. So make sure you go grab it from them because it's your money. Meanwhile, we've discussed the upcoming October 15th filing deadline for late tax filers, those people that got extensions, and also noted how it could be the final day to claim your previous 3 rounds of disaster relief stimulus checks. Yes, those 3 rounds of stimulus checks. The IRS made some very interesting comments recently stating that they will provide up to 3 years from the due date of the return to submit and receive a refund for stimulus checks. This is awesome, right? Mark Stabert, Chief Tax Information Officer at Jackson Hewitt, explained, quote, "This means you can file your return and receive your recovery rebate credit through April 15, 2024, 3 years from now." Well, and not April Fool's Day, but the 15th. The IRS also explained, quote, "To request your missing stimulus check, eligible Americans can claim the credit on line 30 of the Form 1040 or Form 1040 SR," end quote. Now, this is not tax advice, not telling you how to file your taxes, just saying where you can find it, but this is his quote, not mine, so you can take it up with Jackson Hewitt. Hopefully, this helpful tax information can put those long-awaited stimulus checks into your wallets and purses, especially if you've been waiting 20 months to receive your life-saving disaster relief stimulus check. So yes, there is a way that you can get your checks without getting a check, which means you just get the refund part of it, which means if they made the mistake, you can finally clean it up in your taxes. This is awesome for those people that have been waiting, and I know lots of you in the comments have been waiting and haven't gotten anything. Well, now's your chance to get it all the way to 2024. And finally, top economists are pushing for a new stimulus check proposal, saying, do it, and you won't have a problem. I'm just kidding. That was one of our comments. Raise minimum wage, and we won't have a problem. That was the end of the comment. It was funny. I loved it. A lot of people had comments about football yesterday, which was awesome. Well, this proposal, which would offer millions of struggling Americans with that fourth stimulus check and a fifth stimulus check for $1,400, 2 of them, with President Joe Biden allegedly proposing 28% corporate tax rate to tax the wealthy. Leading financial experts are hoping to approve more disaster relief stimulus funds to help us get through the rest of the tough year. It's funny because they'll raise taxes either way. But we want to make sure that the taxes that get raised go to the places that we as Americans and voters want it to go, because it's a republic, which means we voted in our dictators. So they decide what happens. So we want to make sure we keep them accountable, because it is a popularity contest come voting time. And they need to be popular, and if they're not because they made some bad decisions, well, they won't get voted in. Kyle Paramalu, which is you'll have to look at the link below. She's a tax expert at the American Enterprise Institute. She said, quote, "The tax changes could raise $800 billion. Yep, $800 billion. That's enough money for the government to finance 2 $1,400 stimulus checks. We've done the math," quote, that's the end quote. "We've done the math here at our research center." Okay, we don't have one, but we did the math. You can do too. As long as you have the same provisions that we had last time about people 75,000 and under and all that stuff. Senator Bernie Sanders recently stated, quote, "Poll after poll shows that American people want the richest people, large corporations, to pay their fair share. This is the people's budget." Yeah, good. Very well said, Bernie. He continued, quote, "This is a budget that will impact tens of millions of lives in the country, the elderly, the children, and working families, and the middle class. I sure hope our lawmakers in Washington can approve a 4th and 5th stimulus check for $1,400, as these disaster relief funds will help millions of Americans weather out the rest of the stormy 2021. So I hope you guys are doing well out there. Happy Motivational Monday. That was your stimulus check, second stimulus check, executive action, and stimulus package update for Monday, October 11, 2021. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you sticking around, you especially. Thank you. Please leave a comment with something that's exciting about this week. The reason why we do these comments at the end of the video is so that I got a good idea who, really care about the channel and watch all the way to the end and enjoy the content. I can type in the search bar in Google, Raider, and then